Good morning, Dr. Jones, fellow classmates. My name is Brianna Martineau. Everyone knows that pit in your stomach when you know that you've lost something. Imagine how magnified that feeling would be when you knew that it was your own child. I'm here today to inform you all about Amber Alert, its creation, implementation, and relevance in our society today. I chose this topic because it's interested me since I was a young girl, and I've always wondered since I got my first cell phone how Amber Alerts were able to come onto my phone. You will leave this speech today knowing why Amber Alert was created and how it operates on a national and local scale, and how Amber Alert and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children bring kids home every year. I will start with what Amber Alert stands for. It stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. Amber Alert was the first of its kind and was created as a proactive response to the abduction and murder of 9-year-old Amber Hagerman in Arlington, Texas in 1991. An Amber Alert broadcasts abduction information to the public through various mediums so that the public can report a sighting. This is what an Amber Alert sounds like. I'm sure you've all heard Amber Alerts before, on your phone, TV, or radio. While Amber Alert began in Texas, it was slowly adopted by some states, and eventually the entire nation. The task was then given to the United States Department of Justice, and now the Assistant Attorney General for the Office of Justice Programs serves as the Amber Alert Coordinator. Because of its large national scale, there are various mediums through which an Amber Alert can be broadcasted through, making it much more effective. Law enforcement has to determine whether an abduction case meets Amber Alert criteria, and when it does, an Amber Alert interrupts TV and radio programming, Department of Transportation highway signs, cell phones, digital billboards, internet, and internet search engines. I will now talk about how Amber Alert brings children home, and how it works alongside the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was founded in January 1984 by John and Ruby Walsh, following the abduction and murder of their son Adam Walsh. This nonprofit organization works with law enforcement agencies and aids them in supplying information through a cyber tip line. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children helps Amber Alert by supplying police with information that can help them in seeing if an abduction case meets the Amber Alert criteria. The state of Virginia has a strict set of criteria that law enforcement must follow when determining if an Amber Alert needs to be activated. The Amber Alert criteria for Virginia go as follows. The abducted child must be 17 years or younger and enrolled in a secondary school in the Commonwealth. They have to believe to be forcefully taken from their parent or legal guardian and in danger of serious bodily harm or death. All alternative explanations for their abduction have to be eliminated through investigation, and sufficient information must be available for the public, and they have to be registered within several crime networks. All of these criteria need to be met in order for the launch of an Amber Alert. Are there any questions?
So why aren't more Amber Alerts issued?
If there are too many Amber Alerts, then the public may become desensitized to them and less likely to report a sighting.
I have one too. So, you said that that Amber Alerts are nationwide now, but does that mean, all 50 states?
Yes, there are plans in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
So how many kids are missing in the U.S.?
So, not all missing children are actually reported, so there's not a clear number, but according to the FBI, out of all the logged missing children, there are almost 500,000 missing as of 2016.
That seems like a lot, way more than I would have expected.
Well, every time a child becomes missing, they have to report it. So a child could go missing several times within a year, and each one counts as a separate entry. Since 2015, over 800 children have been returned due to the efforts of Amber Alert. This organization works tirelessly to give parents and guardians all the resources available and to cooperate with local law enforcement agencies on the state and national level to keep the public aware and informed on missing children in the area, and I hope to bring them home. Thank you.